Hey Natural Beauties, thank you guys for watching again. Today I'm going to show you how to make mirrored nightstands. This has been highly requested per my Facebook page, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to make it. Here's a list of items of some things that you will probably need to make this, and let's go ahead and jump right in. Now these two nightstands are some nightstands I've had for a while, like literally for like 10 years or so. And throughout this, I'm going to go ahead and tell you some good things and some bad things that I found out about these nightstands. So in order to prep them, I am using stripper, and it is very, very strong. You want to make sure you have gloves, a mask on your face when you're using this. Okay, it's a very strong product. And basically you need to make sure it's in an aluminum pan. You pour it in and you can apply it with a sponge brush or paintbrush. I just got a little paintbrush from Walmart, and that's what I am applying it for. You leave it on your material for at least 30 minutes so that way it can go ahead and lift the paint off. It's not going to lift all the paint, but it will make the job easier and lift most of the paint off for you. And I just wanted to zoom in and show you how it starts to look when the paint is starting to lift off. But again, you just want to leave it on there for a while before you start scraping it off. Okay, so here we go into the bad part of my refurbish with this. I did not know that these nightstands were not actual wood. Yes, they weren't actual wooden nightstands. So therefore, sanding it was not necessary. I sanded with, I believe, like an 80 grit paper. Then I went back in with the 120. Using the 120 was fine because it's just like a fine sanding where you're basically just smoothing everything out, but it did not need such a rough sanding such as the 80 grit paper. So, and when I'm saying it's not real wood, I mean that the nightstands were just basically made out of like compacted materials of wood, so it wasn't like real authentic wood. So just a tip that you need to know what type of material you're working with. I also wanted to try out the 123 primer in a spray can form, and I would never do that again. It was not smooth and even like how I needed it to be. So that's something else I learned. I'm going to go straight back to my 123 primer in white and get my can like I normally do. I'm using liquid nails to adhere the mirrors to. I know that a lot of people use the 3000 glue. That works too, but I just wanted to try this glue out. So I'm just going to put it in a zigzag formation, and then I'm going to stick my mirrors on. Now you can use clamps, which is what I tried to show you guys that I tried to do, or you can just use something heavy to hold down the weight and you just let it dry overnight. And I just had some of my books laying around, so I used books. I really prefer using the weights to weigh down my mirrors versus using the clamps. That's just my personal preference. It was kind of still just moving too much every time I try to clamp it down. So, I didn't really like that, but, use your preference. I just wanted to show you either or. So basically with this refurbish, I really enjoyed doing it because it didn't require me to do as much painting and so much of the heavy duty work. Literally, I could have skipped priming and all that stuff. I could have just went right in, spray paint over the black, and just spray painted my silver paint where I needed it to be, and then glue my mirrors on, and I could have been done with this refurbish. But because I thought I was working with real wood and things like that, I took those extra steps to sand and prime the material and things like that, but I really didn't need to. So that's why I wanted to really show you guys this DIY, because it's just like a learning lesson. You always learn from each time you're doing a refurbish. So I have something else that I'm going to be doing a mirrored look on as well, and I can't wait to record it and let you guys know how that one turned out. So it's always good to get you guys' feedback. Most of you guys really reach out to me on Facebook, but you can even comment here below and just let me know some questions or concerns that you might have, and I'll be more than happy to answer. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, if you're not good at measuring or if you're not confident in measuring, make sure you have somebody go back through and back check you. I was pretty confident with my measuring. Everything came out perfect. So when you measure out your mirrors, and I took mine to Lowe's. I went to Lowe's, purchased a mirror, and they actually cut it there for you, perfect to the measurement. So that's also something else that you might want to know, is how I got the mirrors cut. So as I'm wrapping this up, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Naturally K. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Naturally K, Instagram, Naturally K Kaylee. And of course, as always, you guys will be seeing me soon. Bye, Natural Beauties.